everybody. This is Brian. Welcome to Chiller Night Live, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 o'clock, we'll talk about all things horror, science fiction, paranormal. You pick the topic, we'll make a show out of it. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hope you're all doing good. Stephanie says, hey, y'all. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining us. Yes, tonight. We didn't have a pre-selected topic tonight, as we've been doing, so... Renee says, hello, how the heck are you? Buckle up, buttercup, put on your tinfoil aluminum hats. This is the way to ufology. UFOers in the UFO world community. Woo, woo, woo. Pump it up, make some noise. Louder, go, go, UFOs. All right. And that is Renee, of course. I had no ping, she says. All right, well, Renee, we are glad that you're joining us once again. Hope your moving's all done. Is your moving all done? That seemed like quite a task. So, hope everyone's doing well tonight. Yes, we are here for, once again, another night of Chiller Night. What are your favorite horror movies? What are your favorite topics? We'll talk about those tonight. I had to directly... Renee says, I had to directly to you station. What's that? Oh, you didn't get a notification. Hey, for those of you who are on YouTube, I don't know why that's occurring there, Renee, but I just ask you to like and subscribe to Chiller Night. Help out and support the channel by doing that. Hit that notification. And hopefully, the way it should work is you should be notified when the show comes on. But apparently, this isn't happening to everybody. Stephanie says, oh darn, no topic for tonight. Anybody got any ideas? Yeah, I wouldn't have had time to... In fact, I just jumped on here. I was actually running a little bit late. Bonin says, hey, hello, Chiller Night crew. And Brian and Miss Ava. Howdy also to Miss Renee and Miss Stephanie. Hey, Bonehead, thanks for joining us. PBR Street Gang, I'm sure I'm getting a wave. However, your emojis are running late. I don't know why. I don't know why this happens, but I don't know. It's been about 5 weeks now this is occurring. And there's your waves. All right. Wave. All right, PBR, thanks for joining us. Al says, hi, everyone. It's Chiller Night. Yes. Hello, Al. Thanks for joining us. Hey, you know, you made me think of something as I was looking at your post there about the upcoming Wolfman movie. Did you guys see pictures of that? I wish I would have thought beforehand to put a picture in the queue so I can show that to you. What did you think of that, if you've seen that? Maybe I can do that at some point throughout the show. But Paul says, hey there. Hey, there's Paul. Thanks for joining us, Paul. Good to have you back. Manos is back. How is my beautiful family doing? Me, okay, I guess. Love you, Ava. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't think she's watching right now this minute because I know she's kind of busy right now. But she might be able to get on here at some point. But appreciate that. Dee says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dee. Thanks for joining us. YouTube didn't send an altered notification ping for Chiller Night Live, Renee says. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Okay, you folks on... What? Look at this. SBC is no longer John Wayne tonight. He's back to SBC. Hello, everyone, he says. Hello. Now I feel like calling you John Wayne. Thanks for joining us. Bonin says, Brian, I set my alarm on my phone to remind me of the show. I never get notifications from YouTube. I don't know why that is. You're supposed to, right? Come on, YouTube. Stephanie says, I've seen the new Wolfman movie trailer. I did see that, yes. Jason says, good evening, Brian and my fellow viewers. Good evening, Jason. Thanks for joining us. Renee says, Beetlejuice. Is that come out yet? Is that out yet? No, it is out yet because I've heard some I've seen some reviews. I won't give anything away. No spoilers. I don't know myself, but I've just, some of the reviews are out, just from moviegoers, ordinary people seeing the movie. Let's see. Hey there, D, Steph, Renee, Paul says, SBC says, looks like it has repaired itself. I am now SBC again. Yes, you are now SBC. You're no longer masquerading as John Wayne. I kind of miss John Wayne, but that's good to have you back at SBC. Just in case. Something here, Paul. Kind of cut off there. I don't know if that was intentional. Alright, so anyways. James Earl Jones. What was that? Just yesterday, I think. James Earl Jones. I think, you know, for those of us who are Star Wars fans growing up, we all know James Earl Jones. He's been in tons of other movies and stuff like that, but we know him as the voice of Darth Vader. He passed away yesterday at the age of, I think, 93. So, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. I liked him in Field of Dreams, and also Conan the Barbarian, also Doom. Renee says, Crow, Alien, Romulus, Deadpool versus Wolverine, team up, WW3 thingy. Crow, that's right, that's out. Alien, Romulus, Deadpool versus Wolverine, and I'm not sure what the World War III movie is. Or are you talking about World War III? Yeah, that's right on the verge of happening anymore. It says, Bonin says, glad to see you back to being SBC. I had a hard time remembering that other name and trying to type both at the same time. My brain doesn't function well, as you can probably figure out. Wow. Paul says, it feels great to be home. Were you not home? Were you away? Did I miss something in your text? Maybe you did tell me that. But I'm glad you're home, and we're glad you're here tonight. Bonus says, hey, Tom Paisley, how's it going? Is Tom here with us tonight? Renee says, R.I.P. Darth Vader. Yes. David Prowse, of course, was the body inside the suit for the non-stunt and non-sword fighting, most of the stuff. Like, most of the time, David Prowse played Darth Vader, the statue of Darth Vader, the body, and James Earl Jones was the voice. David Prowse, you're a Hammer horror fan, you'd know Dave Prowse. He's played in some of the Hammer horror movies. I remember him as one of the Frankenstein monsters created by Peter Cushing, Dr. Frankenstein. The two were joined once again in 1977's Star Wars as Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader. So that's pretty cool. Renee says, James Earl Jones died on my birthday yesterday. What? It's Renee's birthday yesterday. Happy belated birthday to Renee. I'm glad to hear that. Anybody else's birthday who we may have missed yesterday or throughout the week? Let's see. Paul says, no, I mean back on the chat with my family. Okay, that's kind of what I figured you might mean, but just in case, I didn't know for sure. Stephanie says, I've seen Star Wars, Lion King, Conan the Barbarian, and one episode of The Big Bang Theory with James Earl Jones. Yeah, he was on there. It wasn't that the one where Carrie Fisher was also on that episode. But hey, Renee, did you do anything special on your birthday? I hope you had a great day. I hope you celebrated with friends or family if you had the chance to, and if not, yeah, I just hope you had a good day. So happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Renee. Thanks for joining us again tonight. Cassandra Blue, whoa, Cassandra's on here on Facebook. She says hello. Hey, Cassandra, thanks for joining us. Wow, that's been a while. Wow, I'm glad you could make it. Let's see. Bonus says, sorry to hear that, Miss Renee. It seems like you got a cloud of doom floating over you. Hope it gets better for you soon. What? Tom Paisley says, Bone. There's Tom. Okay. Hey, Tom, thanks for joining us. All right. All right. Renee says, James Earl Jones portrayed Barney Hill in the UFO incident movie in 1975. I knew that you would know that. I knew you would. I was going to mention that, but I knew that Renee, of all people, would know that because you've mentioned that before about that movie. So, yes. So, but it says, sorry to hear that, Miss Renee. It seems like you got to. Oh, I read that. How do I do that? Pure talent, I guess. Paul says, I was treated for pressure in my head, 6 shots, and I wish it was for loco. 6 shots of loco? 6 locos? Stephanie says, happy belated birthday to Renee. Okay, now where's Lasercorn at? Bonehead says, Laser, you out there, bud? Yeah, I mean, Cassandra's back, for crying out loud. That's awesome. She's on Facebook, so you guys on YouTube can't see her, but I can see her. I know she was there. She was watching over us. Al says, my birthday was last Thursday. 60 this year. Ah! Well, happy birthday to Al. Last Thursday, 60. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy 60th birthday to you. Stephanie says, hi, Cassandra. Paul says, I really missed you guys. Oh, that's so cool. So Renee and Al had a birthday this week. Bonet says, yes, happy belated birthday, Miss Renee, our queen of the emojis. Yes, that is for sure. Tom says, when I was living in the UK in the mid-70s, David Prowse used to do, the PSAs for the British government showing kids the right way to, to approach a crosswalk. That's how I'll always remember him. Right. Yeah, didn't he wear that, like, little green, like, kind of looking like a hero costume or something? Yeah, I remember that. Well, I didn't watch those at the time because I didn't get any BBC channels or anything like that. But I've seen those later on in life. Tom says that was a year or two before he did Star Wars. Yeah, I was also on. Clockwork Orange. David Prowse also trained Christopher Reeve to get him bulked up for Superman, to play Superman. I don't know if many of you knew that, but David Prowse, he was a bodybuilder, and he was actually the guy who got Christopher Reeve to look like Superman, at least physique-wise. Tom says, I miss Cassandra. Yes. Yeah, that's nice seeing her on here. I haven't seen any comments since, but I'm hopefully she's still on with us. But it says, we missed you too, Paul. We even christened you Manos Man. Yes, that did happen, Paul. Our resident superhero of the show. Thanks, Bone. I know that. Love you. Paul says, SBC says, Friday the 13th is near. For most a day of horror, but for me, it is my birthday. Oh, really? So, okay, SBCs. I'll just leave this up. we have a slew of birthdays. That's cool. Just like August. August, man, there were a lot of birthdays, including my own. But man, there were just seemed like we had one every week. For you, it's your birthday, SBC. Coming up on Friday the 13th. That's pretty cool. All right, so happy birthday to all of you. Belated and yet to come this week. So, very cool. Let's see. Bonehead says, I wonder if I called Miss Renee Cruz, the emoji goddess, if she'd clock me and be mad at me. I'm wondering. And it's a good thing nobody can read my mind. Probably because I've lost it somewhere. Ah, that's not good. Patty says, Pat Savan says, happy birthday, everyone. Oh, yeah, and Patty sent me a picture today in the messenger showing me that at Walmart they had the DVDs of the new Planet of the Apes movie, and also for the season season 1 of Those Who Live, the Walking Dead series that has Rick Grimes and Michonne in it. If I have that here, if I got to go into a different, probably have to go in the, yeah, my chiller night. Yeah, make sure those are at Walmart for $19.96. Okay, that's pretty specific there. 1996. Usually, The Ones Who Live, season 1. You say season 1, so that's pretty promising. We're gonna have a season 2. And Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Now I haven't seen that yet. I've seen The Ones Who Live, the series, the Walking Dead series. I liked it. Not at first. I didn't like about the first maybe 3 episodes because I didn't quite get where they were going with the characters and with Rick, particularly with Rick. And I was like, what's up, Rick Grimes? I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but that's my gripe with it. Was like the first 3, I don't know if it went into 4 seasons or 4 episodes before they finally explained what they were doing, and everything wrapped up pretty well with the direction they were headed, and it ended up being a really, that last episode ended up being awesome. Like one of the best Walking Dead episodes I think I've seen. So let's see. What are you talking about, Bonehead? I'm sure everything's fine. Happy pre-birthday wishes, SBC. Bonehead says, breathe, Bones. Just breathe. Might be hard for just a skull, but still sound advice, Stephanie. Paul says, does anybody know if the new Alien will be on HBO Max? That I don't know. I think, is it not still out? Is it not still out? Or maybe it's just finishing up its theatrical run there, because I thought that was just out. Of course, it's hard for me to judge time right now with the approach of the haunted house season. Everything gets blurred. And it says, I can't, Miss Stephanie. I'm a skull only. Ain't got no lungs. Yes, the breathing thing would probably be difficult. SBC says, this gives me an idea. How about horror movies that play on birthdays? Okay. Yeah. How would you do that? You talk about this year? What? I'm not sure, but if you can work that, sure. Give us an example. Well, I mean, Friday the 13th. That's a pretty easy one. Yeah, okay, yeah. Is anybody like mine's just a regular? My August 7th. That's just a regular, ordinary day. So I don't think anything profound occurred then. But like if it's on a Friday the 13th or something is Halloween, that'd be really cool. Renee says, I got high for my birthday yesterday, starting the day before until now. Been partying with weed and other things. Ah, he 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 he. She's that even sounded like a little mischievous giggle there. All right, so been up binge partying, have you? All right, pina coladas, she says. All right, so that sounds like you were living it up and having a good time. Well, that's good. I cannot believe the time. Look at that. It's 8:20 already. I am going to mention this. I had just put together a little 30-second commercial for the House of Terror. I don't have that. I didn't have time to load this up tonight, but I'll put it up here for next week. But I will mention Jack Shadow's House of Terror, Haunted House, is coming up soon, a little over 3 weeks from tonight. Every Friday and Saturday in October from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Cranberry Mall in Venango County, Pennsylvania, in the Chiller Night store. So tickets are available online. You get $2 off for general admission tickets. automatically if you order them online. So for more information, just check out chillernight.com and go to the haunted house page. That's right, Jack Shadow's House of Terror. Coming up on a really cool time of the year. Also, I want to mention, as with every show, watch Chiller Night Theater every Saturday night on Stream TV. See streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Stream TV. They play Chiller Night Theaters back to back. At least four Chiller Night Theater episodes will be playing, the movies. And also, and they've been doing that since we've known each other here on this format, on this show, since October of 2017. So also Chiller Night Theater plays on New York 48 WWON TV every Saturday at 11:58 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you are worried about memorizing the websites, the site WONNNewyork.net, I have provided you, good chiller maniacs, with those links in the description of tonight's show. So I have just been doing that every week. I think it's easier to get the word out that way. Bonehead says, thanks, Miss Stephanie. You are our sweetheart of sincerity. That's very pleasant. And thanks for being so nice to me. Hope that moniker don't make you mad. I have a talent of annoying many people at once. What? Up in smoke again, Renee. Love you, sister. Paul says, Bones, I want to hang out with you, Miss Renee. Paul says he wants to hang out with Renee. Let's see. Yeah, let's hang out, Paul. Renee says, Brian can pick us up, Paul says. Can I? All right. I don't know about that. I'll tell you what. I'm getting pretty psyched for this upcoming haunted house season. Normally, good folks, I am a total wreck stress-wise. But fortunately, last year, I built that haunted house, and all I have to do this year is finish up the modifications. There are some changes. And the other night, see, this is what happens when I'm at that haunted house alone and nobody's there to hold me back, and I am alone with my thoughts. And I've decided to actually add on to it at the last minute. So I was like, yeah, I can see it. And it won't be that difficult. I have in my head what's going to be happening. So, so I think I'm going to be pretty busy this week. Adding on, and I've got a lot of promotional stuff in today. I'm pretty happy about that. I've got these Jack Shadow House of Terror 2024 season free admissions. Admit one, pretty nice. We get the little section that tears off there on that side. I'll be giving those out for prizes, and also to different, like things like the VFW and stuff like that. I give those out to them throughout the haunt seasons. And also, we got these really cool flyers. Got about 10,000 of these. They're pretty neat. They are a flyer with a coupon on them. You can cut that and take that in for $2 off general admission. And then on the back, if you can see that, on the back is the escape rooms. Again, on the front, see that? It's got a little, got some green on it, so, but I've got this little thing here that you can click on that. Little QR code. Tells you everything you ever wanted to know about Jack Shadow's House of Terror. Let's see. Bonin says, you know, for an empty-headed death's head, I sure can cause a lot of trouble. Don't know why, but I sure can do it. Well, that's a good, you know, some people are better at other things, and it's always good to be good at something. Stephanie says, I'm planning a Friday the 13th movie marathon that day. Let me ask you this. This question goes out to all of you. Do you have a favorite Friday the 13th movie? And if so, what is it? I have one in mind, and I will share that with you in just a bit. I want to see what some of you say. Renee says, shrooms. I'm not sure which... Shrooms, okay. SBC says, I meant the films that are set on birthdays. Do you know any? Okay. SBC, does any of you know any of those? The films that are set on birthdays. You know, the one thing that, oh no, that was a Father's Day. It was the old man on Creep Show from last week. We were talking about Creep Show. Never mind. I was thinking something else. He wanted his cake on, I think it was on Father's Day. Oh, there's my baby Ava giving me some hearts and clinking the champagne glasses. All right, right back at you, baby. Yow Blowski. Oh my gosh, Renee's really living it up there, apparently. Paul says, while I was out, I watched all 3 Dusk Till Dawn. The first is the best. The 3, not bad. 2 was so-so. Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn. Now remember Tom Savini in that movie as Sex Machine, guy with the whip and the crotch gun. He was a guest in one of my House of Terrors back years ago, but we did a contest where the winners got to go through the haunted house. The first group of the night got to go through with Tom Savini, as he was a guest in the haunted house that night. And he's also been on Chiller Chat. So figured I'd bring that up at the mention of From Dusk Till Dawn. What about the gummies? Any thoughts, Miss Renee? SB Stephanie says, SB, I've seen Happy Birthday to Me and my Psycho Sweet 16. Okay, there you go. That's a good response. D says Friday the 13th Part 2. Interesting. Now, D, I will share this about Part 2. I like that movie. I really do. I saw that in the theater, and that was the first rated R movie that I went to as a kid, was Friday the 13th Part 2. So, Paul says, Friday the 13th, fan favorite film. That's right! You talked about that. That is on YouTube. Paul has mentioned that to me before, and I never got around to watching that, so I really should. But I'll admit I haven't. But I heard that was pretty good. I know that you've given it good reviews, Paul. And I think there are several, actually, Friday the 13th fan-made films on YouTube. Stephanie says the first 4 Friday the 13th movies. Tom says, these are all the movies that were released on my birthday in their respective years. Okay, then I'll skip ahead to Tom. The Mad Ghoul, 1943. Dick Tracy Meets Gruesome, 1947. Play Misty for Me, 1971. I just saw that one probably about within the year. I watched that one again. Brimstone and Treacle? 1982. Not sure what that is. Alone in the Dark, 1982. The Slumber Party Massacre, 1982. And Creepshow, 1982. Very cool. Joe Expo says Freddy vs. Jason, like a monster mashup from the 40s. Yeah, like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman or something. Yeah. Stephanie says, hi, Ava. Paul says Philadelphia Experiment 2, 1993. Oh, there's more. Space Jack, 1997. The Faculty, 1998. Shadow of the Vampire, 2000. Seed of Chucky, 2004. Oh, that's cool. Now, where are you getting all this? what are you talking about? August? Are you talking about the day you were actually born? Like mine, August 7th, 1968. Is that what you're looking at? Um, D says Jason Takes Manhattan is a great fun film. Yeah, yes, it is. You know, I'm going to say, and this is only because it's kind of like the fun film type of thing. Uh, I do like part two before he even got the hockey mask, just because that was probably the, for me, it was the it was still taken seriously enough to be you know, a true horror movie. You know what I mean? Um, but my favorite to just sit and watch for, you know, that big dumb fun effect is as part six, Jason Lives. And I remember going with some of my buddies to the theater to see that when it came out, and I was still in high school. And I think that just the nostalgia of that in that period of my life when I went to go see that makes that a little bit more fun for me to watch. Renee says, totally awesome live show. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. Al says, I love the Friday the 13th movie, Jason X. It's so bad, but I love it. I know. Jason in space. Patty says, not the movies, but I love the TV series dealing with the cursed items sold in an antique shop. I was just about to mention the series back in, it was weird because when those shows came on, like Friday the 13th, the series, of course, I was expecting, hoping that it was going to be something to do with Jason. Although the idea was neat, but I didn't appreciate it at the time. Um, but it also came out at the same time, like Star Trek: The Next Generation was coming out. There was a bunch of shows, and that came out at the same time. Like even the Tracy Ullman show was on, and The Simpsons were just little segments on the Tracy Ullman show before they became their own show. So that was a while ago, in 86, 87, something like that. Um, Friday the 13th 3D. Yeah, part 3 in 3D, yeah. Bonus says, wow, Tom, that's something. I wish they would have released a Godzilla movie on my birthday, but sadly, I don't think they ever did. D says, part 1 was my first horror movie as a kid, but part 2 is my favorite. It's a good one to fall asleep to at bedtime. Oh, and speaking of Tom Savini, he did the effects of Jason coming up out of the lake at the end. Spoiler! But yeah, Tom Savini did the special effects for Jason, and he's done effects in other of the Friday the 13th movies as well. I think part 4 of Tommy. I asked him about that. I said in part 4, was it part 4? Yeah, part 4, the one where he supposedly dies, where the little kid, Tommy, you know, played by, what the heck's that? His name totally escapes me. He played in the Lost Boys as one of the Frog Brothers. Corey something. I can't remember his name. But Feldman? Is it Feldman? I think it's Feldman. But he played Tommy. And I asked him, I said, was that a homage to you, Tom Savini? You know, this Tommy who, you know, was into, you know, magic and special effects and all this stuff. You know, he liked all that creepy, gruesome stuff. And he says, you know, I don't know. I never asked them. But yes, I'm going to say Tommy was a homage to me, Tom Savini. So that's during the Chiller Chat interview. If you want to see it somewhere on this channel. Well, let's see. Who's better, Myers or Jason? Paul says. I don't know. I mean, you know, Jason's more of a. I think of Jason, at least the direction they took it, you know, after part 6, um, was more of a comic book type of horror monster, you know. Michael Myers, I I don't know. I like them both. You know, I like both the movies just because even with Michael Myers, like I kind of lean more toward Jason Voorhees, but Michael Myers, I enjoy watching the Halloween movies. I enjoy everything about them. The whole atmosphere and the music, the Halloween theme music with it. I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. But oh, okay. Here's Tom's response here. He just text me. Yes, all released on my birthday, November 12th. HorrorSociety.com maintains a list of all the release dates. HorrorSociety.com. Really? That's kind of cool. All right, I'm pressing the link here. Thank you, Tom. YouTube wouldn't let me mention the website. No. Well, I'll probably get... Let's see. What do you do? I mean, where do you go now? Now that I'm on the page. Latest horror line. Let me see. Maybe I missed something in your text. Maintains a list of all the release dates. HorrorSociety.com. Huh. All right. Well, I'll have to look into that. Reviews and featured events. All right. More under more. All right. Well, I'll have to take a look at that later. But that's kind of neat. All right, everybody. YouTube doesn't want us to say it, but we just said it anyway, so check it out. I'll have to look at that. And see, it's funny. YouTube is like, no. They do that with me all the time. I mean, PBR says, anyone remember Friday the 13th cartoon? No. No, I don't remember that. That's weird. You know, and also Tales from the Crypt was a cartoon. We talked about that a few weeks ago when we were talking about Tales from the Crypt. I didn't know about the cartoon when it was on. I only later found out about that, you know, and looking for things about Tales from the Crypt. I didn't know. Had no idea. Isn't it weird, though, that they make cartoons of stuff like that, or Rambo? I guess that would make sense in the 80s, like early 80s, where they were doing like G.I. Joe and all the guns were lasers because they couldn't do bullets or something like that. So, or Chuck Norris and his Karate Commandos. Yeah, I suppose if there's a way to make a cartoon out of it that it fits within all the rules and regulations. Okay, here's more from Tom. Oh, here's the link I used. Okay. Oh, look at that. Films released on this day in horror history, November 12th. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's really neat. I have to look up mine. I have to look up my... How did you put that in there, though? Let's see. And I gotta pop up something or other. Get out of there. All right. Films released on... Oh, can I do it? I don't know how to work this thing. I wonder how I can find out which ones were released on August 7th. How'd you do that, Tom? I mean, where do you enter this stuff at? Where do you enter the information? But I am at Horror Society. HorrorSociety.com. So there. Annabelle, Renee says. Richard the Doll. Hearst dolls. We're talking about dolls. Some creepy ones out there. Chucky seems kind of mellow compared to some of these. Stephanie says Corey Feldman. Yes. Holy cow, am I that far behind? All right. Renee says, your suffering will be legendary even in hell. Just so sinister. Paul says, I need to go help Mom get ready for bed. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I love you, my family, and stay safe. All right, Paul, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good seeing you on here. I looked it up online. Movies released on September 13th. So we're not worried about the year necessarily. We're just, okay. We're just looking for horror movies released on August 7th. There isn't much info about horror movies released on August 7th, but here are other horror movies. I don't want other horror movies. Oh, wait a minute. It's taking me to HorrorSociety.com. Here we go. I got a list. A Haunting We Will Go, 1942. Invisible Agent, 1942. The Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm, 1962. Jason and the Argonauts, 1963. Heavy Metal, 1981. Tarzan the Ape Man, 1981. They're really pushing it as far as the horror angle there. Condor Man, 1981. Student Bodies, 1981. Masters of the Universe, 1987. And Raising Cain, 1992. Okay. All right. There we have it. That's pretty cool. All right. That was evidently a pretty good topic there you picked. Is that SBC who originally picked that idea? No more tears. Such a waste of good suffering, Renee says. Go to hell, Pinhead. Yes. Did you guys like the Hellraiser movies? I have not seen all of those. SBC says Bloodlust 19. Oh, okay, you got yours. Bloodlust 1961. Three-Headed Monster 1991. Ted Bundy 2002. 1 Hour Photo 2002. Dead Birds 2004. Bloody Mallory 2005. The Woods 2005. Renee says Lost Boys. I like the Lost Boys. I went to the movies to see that one. Let's see. Ooh, I saw Renee's comment, go to hell, Bonehead says, and I thought for sure she was going to say Bonehead instead of Pinhead. Let's see. I'll be brief on some of these. If I've skipped anybody's, I'm sorry. Into the Darkness and Beyond rocked. Renee says, new Star Wars movie about 3 first very Jedi. 3 first very Jedi. Oh yeah? I didn't know about that one. Star Trek Nemesis. Yeah, Stephanie says Friday the 13th was a cartoon. Yeah, that's news to me also, Stephanie. I had no idea. Oh my gosh, look at this. D says, these are the movies released on my birthday. Rocket Ship XM, 1950. Spook Chasers, 1957. Hatchet for the Honeymoon, a.k.a. Blood Brides, 1970. Capricorn 1, 1977. Vampire's Kiss, 1989. And Silent Venom. Bonehead says, Brian, you're singing. Something's going off. Not me. I had nothing to do with it. I'm singing? What? Renee says, very first ever Jedi Master. Oh, yeah? I'm dyslexic when I'm stoned, she says. Well, just do your best. We're just glad you're here. And we're glad you enjoyed your birthday. And apparently still are. So, I meant dinging, Brian. I can't type or behave. Oh, the dinging, yes. I hear that. Dinging in a distance. Distant dinging. Should be a movie. Renee says Star Wars Droids cartoon and 1972 Filmation Star Trek cartoon. Oh, I remember the 1972 Filmation Star Trek cartoon. In fact, I have the entire series. I have that in my Star Trek collection. I am a Trekkie fan. I love the original series the most. Then I like the original series, but my favorite is the original series. So, which includes the cartoons. Would be funny party idea to watch all the movies on your birthday, SBC says. Sweet Bob Lazar supermodel UFO, Renee says. Okay, let's see. I'm going to have to... Oh, I think I'm catching up. Hellraiser is fantastic, D says. Stephanie says, oh, I've seen Student Bodies. It was funny. SBC, bonus SBC, yeah, but there might be too many movies to watch in a 24-hour period. You'd have to just be selective. Some didn't. Some won't make the cut, you know. But that happens. That's life. D says Nightmare on Elm Street. The Dream Warriors is a good one too. Yep. Let's see. Renee says Black Sabbath, The Mob Rules, Heavy Metal, the movie soundtrack. Heavy Metal. Can you believe that? That came out on August 7th. What was it? 1981? Was that it? 1981, I was into Sabbath and still am this very day. D says, Tribbles! I'm sure the dinging is my texting you, Brian. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I was sitting there like, I vaguely remember some dinging, but yes. Well, that makes sense now. Yeah, you know, when I'm on here, I am mentally multitasking, I guess, or mentally juggling. I know I make it look easy, but it's very easy to throw me off. 56 concerts. Wow, really? You went to 56 Sabbath concerts? Holy moly. Abundance says, yeah, SBC, and don't forget stuffing some groceries down your neck, too. You gotta eat. It's true, you gotta eat. Bonus says, Brian, I thought it was catching up for years, and then boom, everyone pulls away again. Well, just gotta run faster, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to say there. I guess that happens. That happens. Let's see. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but if I did, I'm sorry. Let's see. Now I will take a minute to plug Chiller Night. There's my store. There's the front of it. Be acquainted with that. Be acquainted. If you ever come up here, visit this store right here, Chiller Night. It's cool. It's awesome. It's hip. It's horrific. And there's a little bit more inside. We have the Witching Hour escape room. You have 1 hour to escape. It's right in the title. The Witching Hour, though, you have 1 hour to get out. If you'd like to book that, 814-209-8214 is the number. Ah, I got another text. Maybe it's somebody booking the Witching Hour. Or you can just book online at chillernight.com. And then also, Jack Shadow's House of Terror. That's not even the I didn't know that was the picture I had there. Now let's go to Zombie Outbreak. Zombie Outbreak. That's also a 1 hour escape room. Same thing. 814-209-8214. Or you can book at chillernight.com. Is my new house. Oh, here we go. Here's the new House of Terror. That's the one. That's the one. All right, so get back. Where am I now? Here I am. Bonus says, don't worry, Brian. I'm a ding-a-ling. Okay. SBC says, Bonehead, on my birthday, I tend to eat too much rather than too little. I think we all into that. In fact, August is really, it's a tough month for me, you know, because there's so many birthdays. I mean, birthdays within Ava and I's collective families, so that we, we're having like birthday cake and ice cream like several times a week, it seems. And so and again, like when I'm going, look at this picture. I want to show you something here. All right, Jack Shadows, the image that I used for this year's poster. That outfit right there, I have to be between 155 to 160 to properly fit into that outfit. I can do it now, but it's not the same. I want to be nice and lean, and so I'm about 6 pounds away from meeting my goal. That outfit is the same one that I bought in 2005. Now, I don't know how many of you can still fit in your clothes from 20 years ago, or almost 20 years ago. Also, I can fit into my basic training field jacket, so from 1987. So, but if I don't work at it, I can't. Now, I do have a plan B. I'm a guy who always has plan B, all right? So, if for some reason I didn't, like I wasn't always between that weight when I was doing the show. I always had my backup outfit, or if I was a little heavier, between 170 to 175, I had my backup. Thank goodness. How? I ain't got no legs either, Brian. Oh, about running to catch up? Yeah. D says, we have big furry pillows here at Walmart that I call giant tribbles. Ah, I just got the visual. Sorry for non-conformance, Condor Man. What? Condor Man. Yeah, some of those, like, they're just starring, what was the one that was supposed to be a horror movie for me? Tarzan. It was a Tarzan movie. Horror? I'm a January baby, Patty says. Missed a lot of parties due to snowstorms. Yeah. Yeah, that was always hard to plan stuff for Bradley's birthday, because his was in February. So, yeah, it could be kind of inclement weather during those times. SBC says, I know a secret way to escape from any escape room. Just follow the illuminated sign that says fire exit LOL. Yes. But is anyone going to let you out? Yeah, I do have that kill switch. And that's for the electric, not the people inside. So, stay safe all, Patty says. All right, you too, Patty. Thanks for joining us tonight. And thanks for sending me that information earlier. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to watching that new Planet of the Apes movie. Stephanie says, I'm a post-Christmas baby. Oh, is that right? Bonin says, Petzelvan, I accidentally thought you wrote Condoman instead of Condoman. Woo, I'm having a rough one tonight for sure. Maybe you are taking the same things that Renee is indulging in tonight. You never know. Is Renee still with us? I hope she is. SPC says, the episode with the Tribbles is my 100% favorite Star Trek episode. Bonus says, hey, my birthday is in February too. Yeah, and if you live up in the northern states, that is hard to plan for. To either, I don't know, have a party, or to go somewhere. It's hard to plan because February's so unpredictable. So is March. March used to be really bad. Like most of the month it was okay, but when you get pummeled with a blizzard, the worst blizzard of the year, for some reason it was just going to hit you in March. And I don't know why that is. I don't make these rules. I just get caught up in them. Renee says, I love Chiller Night Theater. Love Bryan Hogue. Or Chiller Night Theater Live, Bryan Hogue. Oh, thank you, Renee. I'm glad you enjoy it. Bonus says, SBC, unless the building ain't up to code and them exit signs ain't lit up. My luck, yeah. Well, mine, I can assure you, mine has to be up to codes. I have to have, but I do have to have several inspections, you know, and by the book and all that good stuff. You know, these haunts are kind of, they could be kind of, you know, hazardous if you don't know what you're doing. And fortunately, I've been doing these since 2006, so I got a pretty good handle on the whole safety thing, code and safety plans and all that stuff. But yeah, a lot of people think that like, go get an old house, fix that up, make that a haunted house. Like, not now. Probably do that in the 70s and maybe in the 80s. But yeah, now it's like, wow, you got to be really, really, you got to you have to be really by the book when it comes to code and safety, and you should be. I would hate to. I've had thousands of people, thousands and thousands, go through my haunts since 2006, and I've never had anything. I think I had one little thing event, but it was from it was the person, it was the group, they did it. One of their friends pushed the other friend. They pushed them because she was scared. She pushed her friend, and she kind of banged her nose against the wall. But that was it. That wasn't our fault. That was the only thing out of thousands of people over all these years. I'm pretty proud about that. Let's see. Yep, Renee's still there. Bonus says, no, and again, no. Brian, I ain't got no lungs or mood enhancement traits. Okay, just checking, you know. Patty says, safety, a.k.a. Coconut Grove fire disaster. Grove fire disaster. Oh, yeah, well, we definitely, you know, when you go and become a state certified inspector for Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, you go to Harrisburg, you go through like a several days course. You go through all these safety courses and stuff like that. Like me, I'm a walkthrough inspector. I can inspect anybody's haunted house in Pennsylvania or their escape rooms, and they show you, you know, good reason why you need to take all these safety requirements. They show you, you know, some horrible things that have happened for haunted attractions that have not been safe, and it just it really is like, wow, I'm so happy that, I mean, my thinking has always been safety first. You can put on a good show and be safe. The two are not by any way separate at all. I mean, that's so. I think about that too. Like, oh, if one of my loved ones went to somebody's haunted attraction, and you know, I want to know that they're safe. So I want to know that they're going to somewhere that's credible. Renee says, I move out of the expensive, clean North Beach, crappy single room, occupancy for a cheaper one bed bath kitchen. Well, I'm glad that, you know, you're getting out of an expensive one and into something that's more in line to your financial situation. That's good, very good. But it says, see you, Miss Stephanie Press. What time is it? It is 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Time doesn't register right with me. All right. But the mayor housing of low income put me in the worst San Francisco hood, Renee says. SBC says, I will start putting up Halloween decorations again this week, always on the day after my birthday. I guess there's not a show coming on at 9 o'clock like you used to, so I'm always rushing to get it done at 9. So, but let's see, what else do we got here? Well, Renee, I wish you well there, and I hope. Renee says, it's been horror epic, Brian. Thank you. Day Horror Jeviol. know what that is, but thanks for joining us tonight, Renee. Al says, good night, everyone. Good night, Al. SBC says, that's right. Safety must always come first. That's right. Stay horror. Oh, stay horror, not DTAY. Must have been a typo there. Okay. All right. Sounds good, everybody. Thanks for joining me and each other for another Chiller Night Live. Have a good night. Have a good Chiller Night. We'll see you next week.